Hey, this is John Young here. We are just wrapping up a little project here. I ended up cutting some branches down today from about 20 feet high. I had a saw there to cut the branches down, but I wanted to cut up some of the pieces into firewood lengths and get the branches kind of limb that out. So we had some things that could be used for firewood. What I used today, and typically you'd use a chainsaw, but I wanted to use the Lopper. This is from CRAFTSMAN. This is their 20 volt MAX Lopper that uses their 20 volt, their new 20 volt battery here that came out recently. I wanted to do the whole thing with the Lopper saw to give an idea of how that would work. The Lopper saw has a little lock here. It basically, you open it up and you're good to go. You can, pretty easy to do. So very simple and very quick and easy to do. What I like about it is for someone who's more of a novice with the chainsaw, it has the extra jaw on it. So it's going to really kind of protect you so you're not going to hit the ground yourself, what have you. And then once you're done, you lock it up, take the battery out, and it is pretty much completely safe. Now, one little thing with this is a traditional chainsaw has a reservoir for bar oil. On this little one, it has, you've got a little bottle, you put in your oil. This can be chain oil, bar chain oil that you get from any chainsaw shop, or it can be 30 weight oil that you put in there. It also mentions using vegetable oil, which I've never done that with a saw. That's kind of an intriguing thing. But what you end up doing is you pop off this little flap right here, you squirt a little oil into it, you make a few cuts, and this is, I don't think there's any capacity, holding capacity, so you put a squirt in here, you make some cuts, you cut for a few minutes, then put more oil in here. The more often, the more cuts you make, like some of these cuts I was making, we're looking at, this is about 4 inches, 3.5 inches across here, and I have some of them in here that were even larger than that. We're looking at, now we're getting to close to 5 inches diameter of this one. So when I was cutting this, I'd make about 3 to 4 cuts, then I'd re-oil the bar. So we oiled quite a few times, but in that whole time, I only used maybe 15% of the oil that was in the bottle. This is the amount of wood that I cut. It took me 3 batteries. This is actually battery, let's see, this is the 3rd battery that I just used to do this little demo. I used it down to 1 bar on 3 batteries, that much oil to cut this much wood, and I have this trailer full of branches, and I have 1 more trailer worth to pick up over there and to throw onto the pile, which is right behind you guys right now on the camera. So I just want to give you an idea. The CRAFTSMAN, this is their Lopper saw, on the 20 volt battery system. It's a neat little saw. There's a few things. You have to hold both triggers down to make it work. Now, there were times where I was holding the triggers down, but say I let one go a little bit, it seemed that I was, you really have to make sure you're catching both triggers well. If you let one go, it stops, because that's a safety feature to keep your hands where they should be. So it was a little bit to get used to, because I've not run a Lopper saw like this before. But once a person got used to it, it was something that I could use to cut that amount of wood back there and have it ready to go. Is it the fastest? No, a chainsaw would have been faster, but for small projects, this could be something you could use to cut up to a 6-inch branch and to have it available for doing quick little cuts around the home. This is John Young with Weekend Handyman. Thank you for watching.
For more tips and how-to videos, go to weekendhandyman.com.